after signing Blake?
Look, I am high on the Nets, but Brandon Marshall's just going a little bit too far. I mean, you're a little too excited about this signing. They are the clear-cut favorites in the East, obviously. I'm not going to go clear-cut favorites overall. I think that's disrespectful to the Lakers, especially, well, not especially, but with a healthy Anthony Davis. And this is not yet a Kevin Durant on the Warriors situation, where it's just a foregone conclusion. And the key is not Blake Griffin. The key is over the second half of the season, can we get the three superstars on the court together? They've only played 7 games together, and I do think Kevin Durant is going to fit in seamlessly when he comes back. But I got to see it. I want to see 25 games with the big three together over the second half of the season. Now, let me get to Blake. This was the greatest move for Blake Griffin. If he had gone to a Miami, a Portland, a team that expected him to come in and actually do something, like make a difference, it would have been a disappointment because he's not that guy anymore. But in Brooklyn, would have been similar in L.A., but in Brooklyn, your 3 stars are drawing so much attention. He is going to get so many open buckets that it's going to be great for him. He doesn't help your defense, obviously, so that's still something they have to work on. But here's the deal. Best case scenario, he's Dwight Howard last year with the Lakers. No expectations, just don't rock the boat, play your role, hustle, all that, and you get major credit. Worst case scenario is if Bruce Brown and Jeff Green are playing more minutes than Blake because of their hustle, their defense, whatever, and he's like, I'm Blake Griffin, and he's upset about it, and he's despondent. That could become a negative. I think they'd probably just get rid of him. That'd be the worst case scenario. I don't see it happening, but I think Blake will come in, play a good role. DeAndre Jordan's his boy, and it helps him, but this isn't the difference. Win or lose the title is not going to be based on Blake Griffin.
Look, 6-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, and I think, Nick, you said he finished 3rd in the MVP voting one year. Look, Blake Griffin, he ain't going to add much value. I tried to play it up. He ain't going to add much value. And we don't need him.
I was like, where are you going?
No, look, it is what it is. It's like Blake Griffin, it's like a couple dollars that you put in the market. You put them into a mutual fund, right? You're not going to take much risk. He's not going to bring in, 10, 20%, and you're not going to really lose any money. That's what Blake Griffin is. And it says a lot that all of the contenders, playoff contenders, reached out to Blake. He could have went to any team pretty much. He was bought out by the Detroit Pistons, and then now he's playing off of what, $5 million? That's what the Nets have to pay him. So this is a mutual fund. That's what this bet is. We're putting it into the market. If he adds an extra couple dollars, then great. If not, then you know what I mean. We're good. He brings that veteran presence. That's what's happening here.
The most notable thing for Brandon's beloved Nets is that Blake Griffin clearly thinks they're the best chance to win the title because he could have gone anywhere, I think, and he said, no, Brooklyn's where I want to go. And Wilds and Broussard are going to get annoyed with me because they hate nothing more than when I present them with cold, inarguable facts. But this is just another instance and another example of what happens to the NBA in response to LeBron James winning a title. So let me take you down a quick little path here, if you will. So in 2007, LeBron didn't win a title, but he carried that terrible Cavs team to the finals. And what did the NBA do? Big three in Boston. Assemble. We got to do something because this guy's going to take over the league. And it worked. They won a title. And then LeBron won his first title in Miami. And what happened? Steve Nash, Dwight Howard, Kobe Bryant. Get together. We got to do something. They're never going to be. Now, that one didn't work, but that is what happened. Remember, it was at the cover of Sports Illustrated. Then LeBron won a title in 2016, and what happened? Kevin Durant and Steph Curry got together. Draymond's crying on the phone. They're like, guys, boys, do we ever want to win again? We better get together. And then LeBron James won a title last year, knocking James Harden out of the playoffs while Kevin Durant was watching from injury. And what happened? KD and Harden were like, boys, I think we got to come together, because this guy's going to win all the titles. And Blake Griffin saw it too and was like, hey, I'll join them as well. So listen, it's just part of the story. We knew it was coming. I didn't know it would come in this form of Harden going to the Nets, Blake Griffin forcing Detroit going to the Nets as well. But it just adds to the legacy and the story of the modern NBA Wilds, which is super teams assembling in response to what LeBron has done the previous year. I see you guys shaking your heads. I laid the history out for you perfectly there.
It's not bad.
But
it's not
I root for Blake. I hope Blake does well.
Comment.
I like Blake. Yeah, go ahead, Wilds.
I am rooting for Blake, too. I think the super team you're talking about is the Warriors. Because I'm rooting for Blake, and I have fond memories of Lob City, and the fact that Blake got cited, oh, you're going to be here forever, here's where your number's going to be retired. By the way, we're sending you to Detroit. I think, although Blake is like great vibes guy, I do think there's a little bit of like, you know what? I want Brandon's pick. I want Nets versus Nets versus Clippers. I want Blake to win. But here's the thing, Broussard. The Blake that we remember fondly, we're so far away. I saw this stat the other day, and I was like, the guy hasn't dunked once. Not even 72 was not a lot. He was dunking, way more than that when he won the dunk contest. But I would like to see him get one dunk. Broussard. I don't need one a game, just one. And I think this is the most indicative stat of how his game has changed.
I'm going to add something to that, Wilds. He's the only player in the NBA who's 6'7" or taller with 150 shot attempts or more who hasn't had a dunk. The only player. Wow. Think about that. Blake Griffin, one of the greatest game dunkers ever. Let me get back to Nick. And look, I love LeBron almost as much as you, Nick, but I remain objective. And you left something out of your little narrative. That LeBron went to Miami with the ultimate super team. What are you talking about? He didn't just win it in Miami. He won it with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Then Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving were a super team as well. They had missed the playoffs. It just wasn't the best super team. That was a super team, though. Kevin Love was putting up Moses Malone numbers in Minnesota. I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, LeBron went to two teams that have been out of the playoffs.
And Anthony Davis and LeBron is a super team. I'm just saying you act like LeBron.